About a year ago, I went before the General Assembly and I spoke of our increasing transportation needs throughout the state of Georgia. I spoke of the need for our roads and bridges to be repaired, to provide congestion relief for our commuters, and to prepare our infrastructure to better accommodate the freight that was moving through our state. And thanks to those who are here behind me here today, they have responded in House Bill 170 in order for us to be able to meet those needs. So I want to thank all of these legislators who are here behind me, to the leadership of the House and the Senate. And I understand it was a contentious undertaking, but I thank them for their courage and their determination. With the passage of this transportation bill, we promised the people of the state of Georgia that we would show them results. And that is what we're doing here today. Many times, state leaders in the past have put out very attractive sounding proposals that ultimately wind up with unfulfilled promises of safer roads and shorter commute times. Now, at long last, actually paying for plans and producing concrete results that will keep our children safer on their school buses crossing our bridges, and the unencumbered movement of transportation goods throughout our state will allow workers who are commuting to arrive home quicker and more safely than they had done in the past. In recent months, I asked our Planning Director Roberts and Commissioner McMurray of the Georgia Department of Transportation to develop a 10-year plan that would ensure that these new funds are used efficiently, effectively, and in keeping with the desires of our citizens. Today, with the unveiling of this historic plan, we are making Georgia a better place to call home, not only for the millions of people who currently reside here, but also for the businesses that are here and those that are thinking about joining us by relocating their businesses to Georgia. As they fill out the pros and cons list of why they should or should not move here, we believe we have now just begun to remove one in that column of why they should not come. And that is one of the reasons that we believe this action has significant impact on future economic development in our state. In fact, these projects, some of which are already underway, will have a significant economic impact far beyond the life of their construction. For every dollar invested, we will see at least $4 in return. In addition, the U.S. Department of Transportation estimates that this investment will generate 13,000 short-term jobs a year. In this current fiscal year alone, we are quadrupling our investment in resurfacings, nearly doubling our investment in bridge repair and replacements, and doubling our investment in routine maintenance to fill potholes, seal cracks, replace concrete slabs, and take care of the roadways that are until they are fully resurfaced. In short, we're now able to provide the necessary maintenance of our highways and roads that we were unable to do in the past. And to fulfill that important demand of state government that I mentioned earlier, and that is to be as transparent as possible, all of this information is available to the public and is searchable by location, project type, fund source, and other criteria on the website, garoads.org. Our citizens can see for themselves what projects will impact their communities and follow the money that is generated for them. In a few minutes, we're going to ask Chairman Coomer and Chairman Williams of the House and Senate Transportation Committees to give us a demonstration of how this new website portal will be available for people to use. But before I get to that point, I want to thank several groups of individuals. First of all, to the Department of Transportation Board. This is a very cohesive board. They work very good together. They work with the General Assembly, and they work with the Governor's Office, and I thank them publicly for that. Secondly, I want to thank the dedicated staff that works at our Department of Transportation. They are exceptional, and this that you will see in just a few minutes is the byproduct of the work of a lot of people working behind the scenes to make sure that we fulfill the promises we made to the people of this state. So, we are about to embark on a view of a 10-year journey into Georgia's future. And I am pleased to call on Commissioner McMurry for the purposes of giving you the details of that journey.
Thank you, Governor, and thank you to our State Transportation Board, many of here, Chairman Emily Dunn, to the members of the House, Speaker Ralston, to the members of the Senate, Lieutenant Governor Cagle. Thank you for the support of the Transportation Funding Act of 2015 to improve Georgia's critical transportation infrastructure. I want to walk through these 4 graphics to my left, to your right, and to sort of show you what this journey looks like over the next 10 years. Let's start with the first one on the left, which is a graphic of bar charts that show our previous investment levels over the last 4 years and what those investments look like over the next 4 years. In the categories of first, at the top of the chart, is bridge investment. Georgia's got over 14,500 bridges. 11% of those bridges on state routes and 18% of those bridges on county roads are structurally deficient or functionally obsolete. With over double the investment from over fiscal year 15 to fiscal year 17, we now have a plan to address these structurally deficient and functionally obsolete bridges, not only on state routes and interstates, but on local roads and city streets. Thanks to the legislature for last year for $100 million of bonds that jump-started 25 bridges across this state, we are now making and will make progress on bridge investment across the state. Capital maintenance is the bar charts in the middle, showing almost a quadrupling of investment from fiscal year 17 from fiscal year 15. That allows the department to take our roadways onto a 15-year cycle of maintenance, of repair. It's sustainable, and we're able to provide preventive maintenance in between those resurfacing cycles now going forward. On the bottom of the chart is routine maintenance, so what I like to call better preventative maintenance. We're adding almost double the amount of dollars to do preventative maintenance on Georgia's roadways and roadsides that become a new opportunity for small business. This will be a $200 million contracted effort which gives small businesses opportunities to do things such as fill the cracks in the road, repair the potholes, clean the ditches, repair the pipes, mow the grass on the roadsides, pick up litter, and all the things that we can't get to with our staff. What's not on this first investment list, though, is the commitment to the local governments as well, through the Local Maintenance Improvement Grant. In fiscal year 17, you will see a 30% increase, almost $41 million of additional revenue and investment that goes to the local governments for them to use on their city streets and county roads. I think you can see from this first graphic with the bar charts that this level of investment reaffirms the work of the Joint Study Committee on Critical Transportation Funding that was completed last year, of the need for an additional $1 billion of investment on Georgia's roads to keep Georgia's infrastructure in good condition. As we move to the next chart, this is a glimpse of what the next 18 months of work looks like. This is the work that will be under contract over the next 18 months, which includes the amended fiscal year 16 budget and the 17 budget. What this map represents is over 2,500 miles to be resurfaced, 118 bridges to be replaced, 300 bridges to get capital rehabilitation, 36 projects from 2 to 4 lanes, 109 intersection projects include signal upgrades or intersection improvements. The Transportation Funding Act of 2015 has given us the flexibility to be strategic with using federal funds and state funds that we've never had before. And I think you can see from that graphic, there is work across the entire state of Georgia coming. So pardon our progress. Now, let's move a little bit long-term, a little more to the 10-year vision as it relates to freight and mobility on the next graphic, and what lies ahead on the 10-year horizon. While our commitment is always to maintain the existing infrastructure in a good condition, which is foundational, we also have to look for ways to continue to provide for freight mobility and people mobility through the state of Georgia, not only to keep us the #1 place to do business, but to continue to grow that. On the graphic that shows freight mobility GRIP 10-year plan. This shows the projects that we can advance to construction over the next 10 years on our freight corridors. That's 45 projects with over $1.8 billion of investment over 10 years. That completes projects on the corridors such as US 1, US 441, US 84, and State Route 133, just to name a few. The last graphic on the right is our major mobility investment that's possible over the next 10 years with this plan. One of our greatest challenges is always to provide for improved mobility in Metro Atlanta and the urban areas of this state. Piggybacking off the recent success we had with the Northwest Corridor Express lanes and the recent I-285 at State Route 400 project that was a design, build, and finance project procurement, we're going to leverage that type of plan to advance these projects that I'm going to outline over the next 10 years that we can get underway and get them under contract. These include express lanes on I-285 from I-20 to I-20 on the northern part, express lanes on State Route 400 up into Forsyth County at McGinnis Ferry Road, interchange reconstruction at I-285 and I-20 on the east and the west wall of 285, and interchange reconstruction of I-95 at I-16 in Savannah. The plan also includes for additional lanes to the interstate on I-85 north up into Jackson County, and also widening and adding new lanes on I-16 from I-95 down to 516 in Savannah. Also on this list, you'll see sort of the first of its type of providing truck lanes on I-75 northbound from Macon into the McDonough area. We can see by leveraging the public-private partnerships experience that we have in Georgia that this is analogous basically with taking out a mortgage to pay for your house. And so we will employ that strategy of public-private partnerships to advance these critical projects to improve mobility in Metro Atlanta and the other metropolitan areas of this state. In conclusion, I think you can see from the Transportation Funding Act of 2015, it will be transformational for Georgia in the short term and in the long term. Transparency is key, so please visit our website at garoads.org to track these projects and the more information as we go forward. Again, thank you all for the members behind me, to the leadership of this state, the Speaker, the Lieutenant Governor, and the Governor. This is a great day and it's truly transformational for Georgia. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Let me just say a special thank you, obviously, to the Governor and his staff for all the hard work that has gone into putting this 10-year strategic plan together. Along with Commissioner McMurray and the DOT Board, thank you very much for all of your work. I was briefed on the issue yesterday, and as you know, through state law, it will now go through the committee process, and we look forward to continued discussion through this matter. And with that, I'll turn it over to the Speaker.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. I want to begin by paying tribute to the great leadership of Governor Deal on this issue. Today, Georgia will be safer, will be stronger economically, and will be better positioned to meet the growth that we have experienced over the past many years. Georgia is a growing state. We can seize that as an opportunity for good as we move forward, and I think the news that we are announcing here today will allow us to do that. I want to commend Commissioner McMurray, Planning Director Roberts, Chair Dunn, and all of the board members of DOT for their efforts to both get these projects started in the near term as well as having a long-term, well-thought-out vision of Georgia's future. I think Georgians expect us to move promptly, and we have proven that we're doing that, and I think this is a great day to be in a great state. So with that, Governor Deal, I will turn it back to you.